you don't know. You know the end goal. You know how you want it to be, how you want it to turn out, but you don't know how you're going to get there yet. And so I think that part is what is scary for a lot of people. I'm Kiara, fashion stylist and owner of Capsule Boutique.
And I'm Alicia, actress, producer, and poet.
We're two friends
experiencing life's journey without judging it.
This is No Judgment.
What up, y'all? Welcome to No Judgment. I am Alicia.
I am Kiara.
And today we are going to be talking about all things success. Because oftentimes we go along our journey, we have our own definitions of what success is based on other people's standards, based on our own standards, and we're going to talk about our perspectives, our journey, and what we've been through. So, here we go, y'all.
As always, we're going to play a little game of Would You Rather. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Ready.
Ready? Okay. Okay, Alicia. Would you rather be rich or famous? Because you are an actress. That's why this is a good one for you. You're an actress, so with that comes a lot of
I'd rather be rich or famous. Neither, actually.
Really?
Yes, I'd rather be wealthy.
Yes. Why?
Because wealth is generational. I think when we go through our journeys trying to be successful, we often have this idea that being rich or being famous is the epitome of success, and I don't personally believe that it is. I definitely believe that being wealthy is success because it's generational. You can pass it down on to the people that come after you, your family members, anyone who you're doing a business with is something that you can pass along. So being rich or famous is not for me. Just here to inspire and take me where you want to be.
I'm done. Okay.
What about you? How do you feel? Rich or famous?
I think I'd rather be rich than famous. Because I honestly don't like attention that much. I want to be recognized for something and be known for something. But as far as walking into a room and everybody's like, there's Beyonce.
Kiki!
Oh my gosh,
Kiki!
No, that would give me anxiety. And I get the perks.
I'm gonna do that to you one day.
No. I get the perks from being famous, which is cool, sounds cool, but actually living that life.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'd rather be walking past somebody, you don't know I got $1 million in my account right now.
Would you rather travel for work or work from home?
I think that's funny because I think if you would have asked me this a couple years ago, I would have definitely said travel for work. Because I think that's dope when you're able to work and get paid and still see the world and it's a paid trip. I think that's cool. It's knocking two things out at once. But now being a mom, I'd definitely rather work from home. Rather stay home and work, but not just in my bedroom. I would still need an actual office in my home, so I still feel like I'm being productive. I can't just work from my bedroom. That's not gonna work. I'm not gonna get no work done.
I feel that. That makes sense.
What about you?
I would rather travel for work. I love traveling. It's just something in me that just really enjoys the idea of just going to another place and just experiencing someone else's culture or, just someone else's environment and being able just to experience something new. But I also want to be able to take breaks because traveling definitely is a wear on your body mentally, physically, and emotionally. Different time zones is a lot. So, yeah, but I definitely enjoy traveling. Oh, after the pandemic.
Yeah. Next year.
I'm out of here.
Would you rather work early morning shifts or super late night shifts?
That's a good question. That's a good question because I'm not a morning person, y'all. I've accepted about myself. That's just what it is. I don't like it, but I would rather go into work early and get off early versus going to work late and getting off super, super late. But then if you get off super, super late, you have your whole day, but then you're tired. That's a challenge. I would say, just for the sake of
the question,
I would say go to work early. How early are we talking?
Early, 5, 6
Woo!
a.m.?
We're gonna go with nighttime. Let's go with nighttime.
Nighttime, so you rather get off at like, say you had to get off at like 3
in the morning?
Yeah.
What time do I go in?
Girl, no, it's a hypothetical question.
Honestly, I'd rather do early mornings only because when I go to work late, because I've been on set late, I get hungry. Like, the later that I stay up, you know, I love food. Like, I get hungry.
Yeah, you have to eat and then you're eating late.
Yeah, and I'm eating late. So, yeah, let's say early. What about you?
Early.
She's always up early, y'all. Like,
early.
I'm like, I gotta get, like, she inspires me.
Yeah, I'd rather have the rest of my day. I feel like I already accomplished something, and then even though I'm tired, it makes me want to keep doing like the other stuff I gotta do.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe I gotta run errands after work or cook or whatever it is. So it's like I already knocked that out. Now I can do the stuff that I want to do for me after
No, that
work.
makes sense.
Work in a group, in a team effort, or work by yourself.
I've done both.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so difficult when it comes to like these type of questions. When it comes to like good group people, I like working with groups, but honestly, I really like being alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. I like to be productive, get things done by myself. If I have questions, I can ask somebody, but I love doing things by myself.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
What about you? You look disappointed with that answer. You disappointed in my answer?
No, I'm surprised.
Really?
I'm surprised. Yeah.
I work well with, I work well with others. Yeah, I definitely work well with groups of people. I love working with people, but if it's something to where I really want to just get something done, I prefer to work by myself.
I think I'm in the same boat. I think I tend to work really good in teams.
Yeah.
Like, I know my role and my position.
Yeah.
I play my part, and I focus on what I need to get done. And, like, everyone can rely on me to get my part done. But it depends on who I'm in the group with, and sometimes, or a lot of times in a group, I end up like taking on somebody else's job. So I'm just like, I'll just do it. Whatever.
Yep, that's how I am.
Yeah. Especially when it comes down to like crunch time, I'm like, I'll just do it, get it done.
Forget it. Yep.
So,
Why do you ask for help? Because forget it.
Yeah.
I feel like it would take longer to ask for help than just do it myself. Like, it's totally fine.
Yeah. So we're gonna dig a little deeper.
Dig it.
Do you think people are scared to be successful?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I think people are afraid to be successful because of the responsibility that comes with it. Also, if someone hasn't seen something be done before, especially within like their family or their close friends or whatever the case may be, I feel like people are afraid of that. They're afraid to achieve something more because it's never been done before. So they don't know what it's like to actually tackle something that they've never seen done before from like their immediate circle.
Yeah.
So yeah, what about you?
That makes sense. I don't think people are scared to be successful necessarily. I think people are more scared of the work it takes to be successful, and I think in the back of our minds, most people want to be successful at something. It's just a matter of how they're going to get to that point.
I agree.
And sometimes, you don't know. You know the end goal. You know how you want it to be, how you want it to turn out, but you don't know how you're going to get there yet. And so I think that part is what is scary for a lot of people.
Where did you get the idea of success from?
Okay, so from my mom and how I was raised, watching her, especially she was a single mom for like a portion of my life, so watching her being able to like buy a house and still go to work, and we still have money to do like all my little activities and travel and things like that. Like, to me, that was success. Seeing her be successful, especially doing it like compared to some of the other people in my family and stuff, seeing her do it by herself. To me, that was like a level of success. But when you're a kid, your thoughts about success are different from as an adult. So when me personally, like as a kid, I thought of success in like the way I was being recognized for things. So like playing sports, if I won a medal or a trophy, like if I got first place, second place, to me that was like how I could be successful as a kid, or doing well in school, if I got good grades, or those little like reports for outstanding attendance, whatever, like things like that is how I measured my own personal success, because obviously I wasn't working yet, wasn't making money yet, when you're like a teenager, So with little things like that, sports, school, those are the things that made me want to like push forward and be successful in those areas.
That makes sense.
What about you?
Yeah, I think it's definitely the same thing. Watching my mom being a big inspiration for a lot of things that I wanted to do. I'm one of the first people in my family to really have entertainment as my full-time career, wholeheartedly, you know, going after this. And so my level of success was just looking up to someone like my mom to see hard work is necessary. You know, getting up early is necessary. Putting in the work is necessary. You know, doing things that you really don't want to do, but knowing that you have to do them is necessary. Yes. But also, when it comes to me being in entertainment, it's seeing people on TV screens that look like me. It's seeing people who have came from struggling to make it to where they are today. That's like my level of success and measuring of like knowing that I can make it, because it's literally in front of us. We've seen it be done plenty of times, so why can I not do it? And the other part is understanding that even though somebody may not be doing it, it's definitely possible, and you gotta just keep going, keep fighting, and something's gonna happen. Yeah, that's how I feel like something's gonna happen. The more work you put into something, an outcome is definitely gonna come from it. So that's how I definitely measure success. So. Yeah. Okay. I'm excited about the future.
So speaking of our childhood and our younger days, how do you view success now versus the way you did as a child or a teenager or even in college?
Yeah, I would say when you're younger, you have more of like a wiggle room to kind of figure out what it is that you really want to do, have those opportunities to make those mistakes, start over and do it again, and then find something new. Not saying that you can't do it when you're an adult, because we're always evolving and always learning and elevating, but I feel like once you get to a certain point within your adulthood, you definitely kind of have more of an interest of what you like and what you have interest in. And once you do that, I feel like your responsibilities become a little bit different, because once you decided on something, it's really like putting forth the full-blown effort to get what it is done that you really need to really be doing, and holding yourself accountable. When you're younger, you don't really have...
You don't hold yourself
accountable. Everything's just kind of fun. You're figuring things out. You're just doing whatever it is that you want to do, and that's just what it is. When you get older, it's accountability, it's responsibility, it's putting yourself first, and like knowing, okay, if I don't do this for myself, who else is going to hold me accountable? Because at the end of the day, if I fail, it was on me, because no one else is going to hold my hand. I'm not a child. Right. So I would definitely say it's based on just responsibilities, accountability. It's a level up for sure when you get older.
Yeah, no, I agree. And even with that, I think when you're younger, I don't think you think of success as an emotion. Yeah. I think you think of more of like, you know, money and what you have to show that you're successful. I know for me, when I became an adult, I realized success is also about like being happy and doing things that make me happy, and making sure that I am, you know, loving what I do. That's been a goal, like to love what I do and put in that extra work so I can really see how it pays off, not only monetarily, but, you know, emotionally as well. And so I think that's a big difference. When you're younger, you're just like, I want to get money and
I want to get
buy a house, and, you know, you're thinking of all the fun stuff. I don't think you're really thinking of like the emotional aspect, or, okay, you make, you know, money at a certain job, but are you like happy every day going to that job? Or are you like miserable and can't wait to get home and like make a drink for yourself, you know? Like,
and that's the hard part. Oh my gosh, that is probably one of the biggest things of why dreams fail and dreams die, or dreams never get accomplished, because we're not going after what we wholeheartedly want to do. We're either like going after something that our parents or family member wanted us to do. Yeah. It's something like, say if your family member was like a doctor, it's supposed to like fall into the line, or a lawyer usually falls into the line. They want the child to be that as well. But it's all about what you want to do and what you're happy with. Like, yes, it would be cool to do that, but I also have my own dreams and my interests as well. And if you don't go off and tackle that, you're going to be low-key miserable as you get older, because you didn't really fulfill your whole heart's desire. Unless you want to do that, that's fine.
Right. But, or maybe everyone else will see you as successful, but in your personal, you may not feel that way. I don't think a lot of people talk about that emotional aspect when you're younger, when it comes to being successful. I think it's just more about money and
retiring when you're 60, getting a 401k. Like, that's what the definition of success is. Have a house like that, but there's more to that. It's more than just, you know, having your job, retiring at 60, having your 401k. Like, there's more to that than just that. Like, what about my happiness?
And some people are not.
What about that?
Some people are not money people. Some people like live the more simple life, and that makes them happy. And whatever they do to live that lifestyle. That's their success.
Definitely. I just think happiness is probably one of the most important things while you're on the road to success.
Yeah.
Because if you're not happy, like, for real, that's it. Like, if you're not happy, then what are we doing here? We all have a purpose to fulfill, and being unhappy isn't one of them tied into success. It's supposed to be success with happiness. Your own happiness.
Not saying you won't have, like, a bad day here and there. Like, obviously, that's life. But just overall, I think, happiness.
Internal joy. Yes. Knowing that I'm waking up every day, fulfilling my purpose, and I'm not forced to do something. I'm actually enjoying it. Yes, you may be forced to do a certain position or, you know, a certain duty within your position, but ultimately you're genuinely happy getting up in the morning. You're not waking up miserable, rolling out the bed, going to sleep, starting all over again. You know what I'm saying? The cycle just continues for years and years and years. At some point, you have to break this cycle and really hop into what it is that you really want to do. Yeah. So that's just, it's very challenging, but it's not impossible. Impossible. It's not impossible.
So what would you tell your younger self? Looking back now and, you know, maybe like yourself 10 years ago. Yeah. What would you tell yourself about success and what that means to you now?
I would tell myself to never give up. That things are never always what they seem. And you may not get what you want in the way that you thought you were going to receive it, but you're still going to get it. And you have to just be patient with your journey. Understand that things don't come easy. You're going to come across a lot of bumps in the roads, and whether it be trials and tribulations through people, finances, just mental, emotion, all that stuff is going to come to you, but you have to just stay focused. Talk to somebody yourself. Stay focused. Stay focused, little mama. You got this. And it was crazy. I actually did this when I was meditating one day. It was a guided meditation by this guy that I really, really enjoy, and he told us during your meditation, he was like, close your eyes, and if you can go, he said, go back in time. Go visit your 8-year-old self.
Oh, 8?
Yes.
Okay.
He said, visit your 8-year-old self. What would you tell your 8-year-old self? Like, envision yourself at 8 years old. What would you tell yourself? And then having a conversation and actually waiting for a response from your person, from your 8-year-old self. It was the most emotional, craziest thing
I thought you were going to say 18. 8 is
no, he said 8, and then he said 18. Okay. So it was like a gap in between. It was like, wow, you really... Like, you forget that you still have an inner child within you that still needs to be held, still needs to be talked to, still really needs to be nourished. And it's just like, we forget that we become adults, and we forget that we have an inner child in us still that really needs guidance and really needs to follow through with stuff. Yeah. And sometimes we forget, and some people didn't really receive certain type of love when they were younger either. And it's like, we have to give that love that we didn't really receive. So talking to you, that's something I would definitely...
I like that.
It was amazing. It was like, talking to your younger self and waiting for a response, and you really do get a response if you actually focus on your meditation. And put yourself in that space. You really get an answer. It was
even thinking about that right now.
It was crazy. It was amazing. I would definitely recommend people to try that. So that's good. Yeah. What about you? How do you feel? What would you tell little Kiki? Kiki, do you love me? I was like, yes, Kiki, I love you. Stupid.
I think I would tell myself to just live life a little bit more on the edge.
Don't take it so serious.
Yeah, I think even now, like sometimes I think now I have to take things serious, but in my like early 20s and like teenage years, I took a lot of things serious, and I was very like blinders on, focused, can't mess up, you know. So I think I could have took a few more risks. Yeah. Especially in like college days, like high school, college. Take a few more risks and try some more things out and just live life a little bit more. Yeah. Compared to now, because now, you know, the consequence is bigger. If you mess up now, the older you get, it's like it's gonna be more of a setback versus when you were younger. So I would have told myself just to live life a little bit more, try things you've always wanted to try, work at places you've always wanted to work. Like, you don't have to just be in this straight and narrow, like, path all the time. So,
that makes sense.
Just live life a little bit more, experience things a little bit more.
I dig it. That's amazing. A lot of people need to tap into that. Like, And I would definitely, I would recommend everybody to really have that conversation with yourself. Ask yourself what it is, that success looks like. What would you tell your younger self? And really wait till you receive an answer. Eventually you'll receive an answer.
Yeah,
whether it's not today,
crazy.
You're going to receive an answer. And just really tap into that, because we can't keep living unfulfilled, purposeful lack of life. Purposeless life. Whatever. We can't live a purposeless life. Is that a word, purposeless?
I don't know.
But we can't just not fulfill what we're supposed to fulfill in life, all right?
Y'all know what you mean.
You know what I meant, okay? We have to go after what it is, and I'm such a big advocate for that. We were talking about it earlier. I'm just such a big person of, like, when I see people walking into, like, their gift and really just going after it and sharing, I love it so much. I get so excited.
I love when people find their gifts.
Oh my gosh,
so
I love it. As an artsy person, I love seeing people just going in. I'm like, you are...
Yeah. It's amazing to see when you see people doing things that they're, like, passionate about.
Yes.
And they have that certain level of success with that.
Yes.
It's like you hit the nail on the head. Like, that's the goal. That's what not everyone, that's what I want, for myself, is to be passionate about something and successful at it at the same time. Like, absolutely. So I think that you're right. Like, that is gold. When you see somebody doing it, it's like, yes.
No, that's true. There was this one motivational speaker I was listening to a while ago, and he was saying that the cemetery is where a lot of I'm saying it wrong, so don't judge me for my life, because it was a while ago when I heard it, but don't judge me. Something along the lines of when, like, pretty much at the cemetery is where the most unfulfilled talent lies, or something like that.
At the cemetery?
At the cemetery, because a lot of dreams die there. Because there's a lot of people who didn't live a fulfilled life. And then go after what it is that they were supposed to do. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, when you look at it like that, there is a lot of people who never tap into what it is that they're supposed to be doing. We weren't put on this earth to pay bills and die. I do not believe that. I do not condone that. I do not believe in that. And nor do I share that with people. There's so much more to life than paying bills and dying.
Yeah.
That's not what we're supposed to be doing. Yes, it's going to be hard and challenging, but we were here to do more. We were handpicked, dropped off, to do more. Like, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I agree. We have to figure it out what that is.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not, when you're a kid, like, you have your family and parents there to guide you in the right direction. But at some point, you have to reach that point where you're like, okay, now I gotta guide myself and take over. So it's not like even like you can fault your parents for that. It's just they're here to help guide you and do what you need to do to get you from A to B. And now that you're here, it's your turn to blossom and get yourself there the rest of the way. And so
definitely. So to wrap all this up, I definitely think we have a lot of good tips to share. So what would your tip of the day be for the beautiful people in the world?
My tip of the day for this episode is to journal.
Yeah.
Or not even, like, you don't even have to have a full journal, but every now and then just, like, write some of your ideas down.
Yeah.
Write things that you like to do or see yourself doing. Write it down in a list or in a journal, however you want to do that, and revisit that list from time to time and remind yourself of those things. Some people are visual people. I'm a visual learner. I need to see things written on paper or see some type of form of it to keep it on the forefront of my mind. And so when it comes to success, I've definitely written down, like, my goals. Yeah. Or even, like, if you don't even know how to get there yet, like, just step one.
Yes, that's all it takes.
And write it down and revisit it from time to time, and it'll keep that goal on the forefront of your mind.
Absolutely.
And eventually you'll get to the point where you're like, okay, I have to do this.
Yep. I agree.
That's my tip. It's worked really, really well. I write down everything. Like, it works really, really well for me. And on those days that you're bored or you're having a bad day, like, you can reference back and it'll, like, revamp that idea.
I definitely agree. Definitely agree.
What's your tip?
My tip. Go out in nature. When you go out in nature, it's a way, but don't think. Don't be on your phone. Don't listen to music. Literally just go out and walk in nature. Any unsure answer that you have not received on something, you will eventually get it. Maybe not that day, but the more you do it, just letting your mind be free and wander around, like, you're definitely eventually get an answer of, like, a little bit of guidance of what it is that you should be doing, or, you know, what is you really wanting to achieve? Like how can you get there? Or just little ideas about different things. Walking in nature has a way of sparking things when you're just letting your mind become free and not really thinking and not putting pressure on yourself to have an answer. And I think that's what we do. Once we relinquish control and the pressure and anxiety of like having an answer, eventually it's going to come to us. So
when you say nature, do you mean like a park or
yeah, anything that's like just outside of your confinement, your four walls? Definitely like I would prefer going to like a park, or I like to go to a place that overlooks the city because it shows me that all things are possible. I know it's corny, but
no, like
literally
like or something.
I literally like going in waterfalls. I am obsessed with waterfalls and overlooking the city for sunsets. It's just like I don't know. It's always helped me. It's inspired, but a lot of motivational people who I've studied or who I've looked up to, that's what they all said. They've all said like go out in nature and just enjoy and meditate and just be one with
the
nature, with the universe and the world and God and whoever you believe, and just really just wait until you get an answer, because eventually it's gonna come. So definitely step outside, but not. I'm not talking about just step out on your steps.
That's why I wanted to clarify.
At least go out and walk. Like, but if you can't, but at least it's better than nothing. But I do believe that when you're around like trees and like grass and full on nature, like flowers and life, it just showed you that the possibilities are endless. It all started from something and it blossomed to something more. Right. So that is my tip. You know what I'm saying? As always, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of
No Judgment.
Yes. Thank you guys. We appreciate your love and support. You know, it's always the little things go the long way. So we definitely appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment below. We want to hear from you guys. We always appreciate the comments, the love and support. Thank you guys so very much. And bye.